Here's what I'm going to say, because I think sometimes we all overreact. I have fun with the titles. Oh, the Cardinals finally won. The Cardinals are bad again. If the Cardinals, see, I had this feeling the Cardinals, they go to Colorado. The first loss was very bad. They almost lost that second game. They come back, but they win the series.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's coming into town. I know Cole Bartemus loves the Buccos, but it felt like the get-right week where the Cardinals probably take 3 of 4. So if they still do that and they sweep the next 3, I can't be mad. If you're going to lose one, does it matter if you lose the first one? Like, it's hard to sweep a team in 4 games. So if the Cardinals take 3 of 4, I'm good with it.
Well, you got Jake Woodford going.
Win the next 3. That's probably a bit of an issue.
What do you mean? They're all aces. No, I agree with you, but I will say, even as a rights holder, like, I didn't see last night coming. Like, I thought they were going to pound that Velasquez. I thought they had found something offensively. And I thought the Cardinals, at the very least, like, Montgomery's a solid starter. I don't, he's not a 1, whatever.
It's pretty good.
He's a good pitcher.
Yeah.
But I thought, at the very least, the Cardinals are going to hit this guy. They're going to hit this guy a little bit. And we didn't see much of anything offensively.
Well, they had a few chances because the Pirates made some interesting plays in the outfield where they took bad angles and then recovered to make diving catches. So there were some close calls. But, yeah, I saw it was like the 6th inning at that point, and the Cardinals only had 2 hits, which was shocking to me. They
Very
had
shocking.
a couple opportunities, but, yeah, I'm not super concerned with the offense on this team. They've been really good to start the year. So getting shut out in one game, I'm not freaking out about the Cardinals offense. They're going to figure it out. They'll be all right. Probably in this series.
0-5 in the first game of the series this season.
That's not good.
Ain't good.
Yeah, someone asked, one of the media people with Ollie Scrum after, he said, you guys haven't won game 1 of a series yet. Is that a concern? And Ollie was like, I'd like to win them. But that's not the thing he's focused on.
Well, if
sure,
you win the other
I'd
ones,
like
all right.
to win them.
The series is more important.
Yeah,
than
you win the series.
first game.
It's just a little stat.
But hold on,
Just
though.
a little stat from the Wombat.
Because I did watch that. Now, it's a fair critique, by the way. If you're going to come out and critique Jordan Hicks, that he needs to be ready for the first batter he faces each appearance, which is 100% fair, can a media member not ask Ollie, why is your team not better prepared for the first game of each series?
It's totally fair.
Even though it's early and it probably doesn't matter,
Totally fair.
and it's small sample size randomness.
It's okay.
I did not like bringing in Hicks in that situation with guys on base because he has had trouble when he comes into a game. Now, for the record, I mean, their bullpen was spent, so they didn't have a lot of options because Ali even admitted it. They went all in the game before trying to make sure they got the W. But Hicks has had problems when he first comes into games. I think he had last outing or the one before had a rough first inning, and then Ali brought him back out for another inning to straighten out, and he did. He looked a lot better. But not only has Hicks had those issues, he was sick in Colorado. He had
That's right. He stayed home.
So he was a little rusty. He has trouble anyway. You know, I just didn't think it was
He had a cold.
Well,
Did Dan Caesar write about it?
the point is, he wasn't available. I don't know, a cold, a viral thing, whatever you want to call it. I mean, you could smirk, but he wasn't able. He wasn't able to go because he was sick. They told him to go to the hotel so you don't spread that around. So he was a little extra rusty from that, and then you bring him into the game at that point. I didn't think it was a great fit for him. I didn't think it was going to go well, and it did.
How's Walker's nosebleed? Is he all right?
He didn't get a hit.
He didn't get a hit.
I wanted to see him get a
I know,
knock.
so did I.
Wait, are you mocking that he had
No,
no?
I did not. I don't mean to be, because I like Jordan Walker.
He didn't come out of a game or anything.
But
He's a friend of the show.
He's a friend of the show.
He's a hockey player.
I'm just saying.
No, but listen, and sometimes we joke. I hope people don't think we're really being serious.
Mm-hmm.
When a baseball player, though, like here's the thing: hockey guys can never wrap their brains around the fact that if a pitcher has a blister,
No.
it really affects them.
Wait, Charlie.
Because hockey players play games. Chara has a fused jaw.
No doubt. But we know we're not that dumb, Charlie.
No. It's not a matter of dumb at all. It's a matter of questioning toughness. It has nothing to do with dumb. The whole argument is questioning toughness. So you and I joke because I know it's going to happen. whenever there's an article about, a nosebleed, a cold,
you can still play with nosebleed. If you have a blister, you can't throw.
I look at you.
I get that.
You start laughing. I start laughing because it's a hockey player's mentality,
Look at
which
his
I
face,
agree
dude.
with.
What?
Which is hockey players are never going to sit down, and neither did these baseball players, by the way.
Just saying.
My overall point is, I want everybody to know, I joked a little bit about the nosebleed. I love Jordan
So do
Walker.
I.
That kid is so good for the Cardinals in baseball. He's so happy. He's always smiling.
Yeah,
He's a
he's a good
hitter.
kid.
He's an athlete.
He's got it.
He's going to be the face of the
Yes.
Cardinals for the next decade.
Yes.
I love that kid.
Yes.
He's going to be a freaking monster.
Yes.
But
He's going to own this town.
But let's be clear for the folks that don't even know how he referenced the nosebleed. It wasn't like I had to come out of the game. Someone was asking him, did you know that the streak hadn't continued? And he was like, no, I didn't even realize that was my last shot. This is the game before.
Yeah.
He said I wasn't feeling great and I had a nosebleed and everything.
Yeah.
He didn't come out or
No, I
anything.
know.
No, it
No,
seemed
I know.
like you were
That's
mocking
okay.
him for not being tough enough.
No, it's just funny. It's all good.
Why?
No big deal. It's no big deal.
Because
the blister thing, you can't throw a damn ball, you can't play.
Okay.
We all get that, okay? So don't think I don't understand that.
I don't think
aspect.
you really
That
do
has
get it.
that has no because you
But a nosebleed,
you
I'm
acted
just
like
like,
I
it's
was
funny.
questioning your intelligence, which I was not.
Well, I
think can I speak
Okay,
for you
go
for a
ahead.
second,
Yeah.
and then you can disagree if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I think your point is, tell me if I'm wrong, is a hockey player wouldn't even mention the nosebleed, right?
Yeah, I mean,
That's the point. And by the way, I'm not coming after Jordan Walker.
yeah, near mine.
It's a hockey mentality where if you got a little sniffle, you
Little
probably
sniffle.
don't even mention it.
little sniffle. That's all good. You're right. I agree with what you just said. But the blister thing, I completely understand. Like, I'm not oblivious to knowing you can't throw the damn ball. You're not going in and get lit up like a Christmas tree. I get all that.
Focusing too much on that.
Little nosebleed, no big deal.
So today,
deal.
Waino throws to hitters. Lars Newbar, who had a one-game rehab assignment, will be back to be one of the hitters he faces.
let's go.
And I thought it was interesting because Waino has thrown a couple of side sessions where they're short. They're like 20 pitches, whatever. So Waino said he thinks if all goes well today, he'll go on a rehab assignment, which is good news.
Yeah.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why are you saying it like that?
Because you're not getting excited. He thought we were all going to get excited.
Okay,
Waino's
but-
No,
coming
no,
back.
I'm saying it like
We don't live in Memphis.
because I think there might be more of an adjustment when he started the IL with the season on the IL with the groin thing. He's pretty far removed from pitching competitively. I thought it might take a little more time for him to lock it in. But he did bring up a good point. He also said he thinks there's a benefit to starting the season on the IL because it kind of shortens the season.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe reduces some wear and tear on his arm. But I would think it would take a little bit more time for him to get locked in than a couple of side sessions throwing 20 pitches. Now you're in a game?
He said that?
Said what?
Wayno said that?
Said what?
What you just said?
Yeah,
It's good
he
to
said
be-
he
Come on.
thinks he'll go on to rehab.
No. You said it was a benefit to start on the IL?
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, I love.
He said there
By the way,
is
I
a
love
benefit.
everyone.
You don't have to say that every time.
He was in the World Baseball Classic. So why were you throwing competitive pitches in the World Baseball Classic if you want to start?
There
Come
it
on,
is, Charlie.
Wayno, we love
Don't
you.
take this
Come on,
crap. Come
that's
on,
spin.
Charlie. Get him.
If you
Thank
care
you.
about the end of the year in the playoffs,
Thank you.
And I'm glad you pitched for Team USA.
Cool.
But come on, you can't pitch for Team USA, get injured, which is fine. It happens. You can get
happens.
injured in the weight room anywhere.
Yep.
But then land on the IL and say it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
Thank you.
And
he
Wayno
said-
is a top 5 human
Not
being
listening.
on earth.
There it is.
First of all,
There you go.
Cole, if you could pull the sound,
I know.
if you could pull the sound off Valley Sports Midwest Twitter, I believe they posted the Waino sound. Do you know how to do that?
Yeah, I can
Wow,
get on
talking to him like he's a 5-year-old.
No, he was looking like he wasn't sure, so I don't want to put him on the spot. But back to you, I didn't say.
now it's my turn.
Waino said it's a good thing. I said there is a benefit.
Did you say that or did he say that?
He said there's a benefit.
Well, why'd he pitch in the WBC then?
No, I think he's trying to find the silver lining and
I think that's
starting
fair.
the season on the IL. That's all. He didn't say, "Oh, it's better this way," as I recall. But
better to be
anyway,
hurting.
I don't want to speak for Waino. If we have that sound, maybe Cole can play it, and we'll hear exactly what Waino said
What'd he
about
say?
the fact that he'll throw to hitters today.
I'm just going to play the video exactly for what it is.
Go ahead, man.
It's a good step forward. I've been facing imaginary hitters for a week and a half now, maybe 2 weeks, so I'm ready to face somebody real and see what's going on. Sure. Arm feels good. Arm feels much better than it did in spring training. Leg feels good. Back's feeling better. This is good time for me. I don't want to admit that I needed a little DL time, and I didn't hurt myself on purpose, I promise. But sometimes things happen for reasons. Give me a good time to get better, honestly, to be more prepared for the rest of the season.
It's always good to pull your groin.
You don't like it. You're shaking your head.
Come on.
I don't know.
Come on. By the way, I'm not trying to make this a big deal.
No, it's all good.
But again, if you're truly worried, this is why we had the argument about the WBC, which I like. But you can't act like throwing competitive pitches in March is necessarily a good thing for a team trying to win in October. And it's not just Waino. How about Edwin Diaz?
Oh, God.
Who is the best closer in baseball, and that was also freakish. So, look, we know Waino got injured working out. Edwin Diaz got injured jumping around after a win. But still, Waino's out for whatever it is, a month-ish. Edwin Diaz is out for the whole year. All I'm saying is don't try to act like it wasn't because of the WBC.
There it is.
Two things. Okay, two
They're
things.
agreeing with you on here.
Two things.
Well, they should.
No
Two
doubt.
things. Two things. Should I have said, come on, after he said it? I just got the sound and posted it. But I think it's like, I don't care about Diaz because he's not on the team I cover. But I agree with you 100%. I've said that. I worry about the pitchers at the WBC. But take a guy like Michaelis. So these guys are creatures of habit with their routine, how they prepare for the season. So he changes, so he's ready for the WBC. Then he don't play. I'm not saying he got hurt there, but the routine was messed up. I mean, it's not great if the main goal is to get ready for the regular season, outside of the risk that you could get hurt or the extra wear and tear on the arm.
And that's my point. I'm not, by the way, mad about this.
Seems like.
But you can't say, hey, I'm going to go pitch in WBC, get injured there where it does impact yours and your team's first month, and then same with Miles Michaelis. We don't really know. If Miles Michaelis would have stayed in Jupiter, been on a very kind of normal schedule, maybe he starts the year better. Now, I don't know that that's true, but I think you could throw that out there as a fair question.
I agree. That's why I brought it up, but I didn't want to take it that far because I'd be accused of making excuses for Michaelis on the text line. But that's why I brought it up. He takes himself out of his normal routine and then doesn't pitch. Like he gets ready for high leverage situations and doesn't really, just kind of sits there. You got to think it totally interrupted his preparation. And then, if someone like Waino gets it. But I think Waino's point is there is something good that can come from this. Maybe
and you know what?
Maybe I'm reading.
No, by the way, because we all do love Waino, he's such a positive person. He knows that his season has started out with a negative, but as he always does, Adam Wainwright makes the most of it. He sings the national anthem, right? He figures out, look, this isn't great. I didn't chirp him for that. I thought he did a fantastic job.
Long.
You guys all chirped him for it. But he realizes he's hurt, but it could have benefits if his arm has less wear and tear in October, the same way you could have had benefit if you didn't throw competitive pitches in the WBC.
And I think that's a fair assessment, right?
Well, let's hear what the text line says. They're always fair. Broke his back. 855-282-8255. Get him in. Get him in now. I'll read anything, as you know. Spartan 44 chimes in. Get him, Charlie. Who would have thought our pitchers that can't finish a regular season without burning out was bad for them to pitch 2 months earlier, except for all the Cardinals fans? Spartan 44. Go, Charlie, go. 920. Put a name in. Right on, Charlie. Don't let St. Waino get away with that BS, Sharon.
He is St. Waino, though.
He is, man. No doubt.
Do you think, but I think it's also fair, like he's Waino, so he gets to sort of drive the bus. I want to make sure that he gets enough work to be ready to pitch. I don't want him. That's why I was surprised if it goes well today, he goes on the rehab. I want to make sure he's ready. He knows better than me.
Oh, okay. Just so you know, when I kind of perked my eyebrow up, I was thinking, because this has happened before with Flaherty, and it happens more so with legacy players like a Yachty or a Waino. I was thinking you were going to go, Waino was going to tell Ollie, I don't even need a rehab. I was glad. I think if Waino goes out on a rehab, by the way, and if he's bad, he's going to realize I need another couple. Now, if he goes out and throws, 70 pitches, and he's legit, maybe it makes sense for him to throw 86 pitches next in the big leagues. I don't know, but I'm happy at minimum that he's going on a rehab, and he's not trying to force his hand right back in the rotation without one.
And I don't think he's ready to throw 70 pitches. I could
Whatever
be
the
wrong,
number
but
is.
he's been throwing like 2 sets of 20. Like it hadn't been
So
huge
65.
volume. So, and that's a building block, and then maybe another. What I'm saying is, I just want to. I hope he's Waino, and he knows like his arm better than we do. I just want him to take his time to make sure he's
Saint
ready
Waino.
to come back.
He is Saint Wayne.
He is.
No matter what about
He is.
anything he says,
Yeah.
the man builds hospitals
Yeah.
in freaking Haiti, and does everything Waino does with his life is for the betterment of the world.
I know, man. Like Kyle McClellan, I told you, asked me to go down there, and I'm like, whew, I'm not as good as you as a person.
Yeah, but you know what?
You're just not.
But you did give Seth a half-eaten granola.
Seth,
bar.
you hungry?
So it's the
Feller?
same as building.
Hey,
I'm okay
you
right
hungry
now,
there,
thank you.
feller?
It's,
Here you go.
it's the same as building hospitals.
It is. I'm feeding the poor child. Poor kid.
Give him a new one.
What do you need, Seth? What do you need? You want some? I don't know.
I got my energy drink. I'm good.
You
Thank
good?
you, Cam.
All right, just making sure,
It's your
you know.
birthday. Keep all what you bought.
It is my birthday
Tomorrow.
weekend.
Tomorrow,
God,
yeah, birthday weekend.
Getting after it.
Should we sing happy birthday to Cam?
Well, you want to?
Yeah.
You want to do it later?
Right now?
You want us
No,
to do
right
it later?
now.
Let's do it later.
Can we do it later so Strick can sing it?
Yes, I want him to sing too.
The more the merrier.
I
problem,
want
though-
him to freak out that you're not going to leave that studio.
Hey,
I want him to freak out. He's going to prance in here like a peacock, and he's going to be, Cole, it's time, my time now. It ain't happening. I want him to freak out a little bit. You're going to lock that door, too.
Freak out.
I'd like to see that, but a couple times you said Strick's going to join us, and then he didn't. So it's
I
sort
know.
Of,
It's like you don't know.
it's sort of like
He's going to be here.
he's the
He has
boss.
to be. He is. He runs my show. Does
Can I
a lot
say,
of
though,
things.
Does he announce
Hey,
his sponsors on
if he-
this show too?
That aren't
I
590
usually cut him
sponsors?
off. I usually cut him off pretty quick.
Remember that one day he comes in, he mentioned that one restaurant.
Oh, God.
I think it was a gluten-free Indian
Yeah.
restaurant
Oh,
or whatever it was.
hideous.
He mentioned that restaurant like 8. Excuse me. Go to break. He mentioned it like 8 times.
I know.
I'm like,
Like,
you have to be on the payroll to be mentioning this restaurant so often.
I know. God.
Thank you.
If Waino doesn't pitch well, it's because he got hit by a comebacker in warm-ups 5 years ago. The all-knowing expert. Go get him, Charlie. Doesn't matter. Waino will be a non-factor this year.
I disagree with that.
Charlie is right. Oh.
He will not be a non-factor.
Charlie is right. Charlie is right. Charlie is right.
Having heard Waino's comments, do you still think he was like out of line to say that, or do you feel like he was basically trying to make it seem like there's some positive at it?
I think it's typical Waino,
Yeah.
who is a glass half full guy, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Because too many people in this world are super, super negative. But also, he's speaking to a very passionate and hardcore, knowledgeable fan base. And I just don't think you can go there, to quote Spags,
Yeah.
after you throw in the WBC, even though
True that.
I also would want to wear the stars and the stripes.
that.
I get it.
Yeah, I get
but
that,
if
man.
the injury happens, you have to wear it.
Yeah. It's all good. Oh, man. I can't wait for Waino to come up and groove his 86-mile-an-hour heaters. They get absolutely crushed. That's BP practice stuff. I'm tired of it, Wombat. He's not happy
Settle
today.
down.
He ain't happy.
I think Waino will be. He's not going to be a 1, but if Waino can be a really solid, dependable, 3.8 ERA pitcher.
Ain't bad.
Here's another thing. Waino is a veteran and he's older, and he's a guy that if he's right, he can actually go deep into a game, even though he doesn't have 95-mile-per-hour stuff. Eventually, you're going to need a guy who can throw 7.
Yeah, exactly. It's not happening much.
And at this point in his career, it's his last year. They don't have to worry about his next contract. They don't have to worry about his health, whatever it is. But I'm saying Waino has been the guy the last 3 years with COVID and all that. Whenever the Cardinals have needed their guy to go out there and help them eat innings and be the first guy to come back after COVID or the first guy to do this, he always goes out there, takes the ball, and tries to go deep into a game.
And how many times have we seen it look like it's over for Waino?
A lot of times.
I mean, I sat here with the other show, and like the first time Waino had the series, and they bring him back, it's like, oh, it's legacy. They're just, it's the buddies.
I wonder who said that.
And he was really good after that. He was really good for a couple years. Now he's not an ace. I don't think anyone thinks he's the ace of the staff, but he can be a big contributor to that rotation. And you don't really know until you see him back out there.
Jordan Walker has the same energy that Ken Griffey Jr. had. I'm not saying he will be as good as Ken, but it's the same good dude energy Ken had at his age. Angry old guy. I like that.
I agree.
Ken
Happy,
Griffey, man, was badass.
Smiling,
Yeah.
hustling.
The blood,
He just
but
looked.
the bloody nose,
he looked,
Cam.
well, I'm worried about him.
Tough guy.
Is he gonna be okay? I'm just worried. Bloody noses, man. I
Hey,
had one
listen.
the other day.
Can we
It
all
ruined my sheets, Jimmy.
Hey, can we feel sorry for Jim though too? Because let's be real, we love Jim.
Of course.
We also know.
Here it
My
comes.
buddy.
No, listen.
Go to break.
Here's my
Jim.
back. Stab me, Charlie.
No,
yeah, you said
no. Listen, Jim is a rights holder. That is part of his job. Hold on, can I finish? Right now, it's a tough time to be a rights holder.
Yeah.
It's a tough
So
time when Pirates coming to town.
Yeah, spank around a
Got
little
the
bit.
Rockies. It's a tough listen. It's not the greatest start to the season. The Cardinals are going to be fine. They're going to make the playoffs. I truly believe that. But right now, it's not the best start.
No big deal.
Can I,
Best
be,
start.
can I be honest with you?
Always.
I always am honest. If I wasn't a rights holder, I would still think this team is a decent team. Okay? I would still say I didn't see last night's game coming because I thought they had gotten over that hurdle of not coming through with the big hit. They had opportunities last night. I would have said, wouldn't have put Hickson in that situation because he's had troubles and he's coming off a few games where he didn't even pitch. I would say all the same things. Now, if you want me to say, they're terrible, they're chokers, I will. And they go Jim, go Jim.
Get 'em.
But it has nothing. It really has nothing to do with me being a rights holder. The Cardinals don't care what I say. You're cheap.
Here's my
You're a
point.
joker.
On
They're
radio,
jokers.
Except for Jack Flaherty, of course.
here's my point. On radio, and I want to triple disclaim this. I root for all of our teams to win. It's better for the city. In the end, it's better for the show and for business come playoff time. But early season struggles and chaos and the manager feuding with Tyler O'Neill, it's actually good for business now. It's
right.
good for the show.
You're right.
So, do I want the Cardinals to win 95 games? Yes. Of
course.
Do I want them actually to win the World Series?
Sure.
Yes. But if you lose, I want you to do it in a fashion that we can talk about passionately and the fan base gets fired up on the text line.
And say something stupid post game. That's
Yes,
all.
that's all I
That's
want.
all we're
Oh,
asking.
yeah.
That's all I want.
That's all we're asking, Jim.
And I will say this, like the Tyler O'Neill Ollie controversy, like you wouldn't. That was the front part of my news hit that day with both sides talking. I got fresh sound. I went in on both of them because it was an interesting topic, and it was a good baseball-related newsy hit to do in pregame. I agree. Stuff like that's kind of fun to talk about. We'll
Yeah.
get through it. I didn't think it was destroying, the inner workings of the team. It was just a little flap that you had early on. It was
No
interesting.
big deal.
You know what it was? It was a great 1 week topic. It was a fantastic 1 week topic that we could all weigh in on. And by the way, we didn't create it. Ollie did. And every national baseball
They all
reporter,
did. Yep.
writer, talker talked about that.
Yeah.
If you went to YouTube podcast, Buster Olney,
I saw a million.
Jason Stark,
Yep.
anybody that talks about baseball focused on that.
Yours was the best, though, of all
thank you.
those YouTubes. I went through a lot of them. I'm just saying, I'm pumping your tires up. That's all. No big deal.
Well, thank you.
Text line's blowing up.
Caesar needs to write an article about it.
No, he's thinking, well, no, he's not. It's Charlie. He's not
No,
gonna-
'cause
he don't
Charlie-
like.
what
No, no,
Charlie's
it's-
doing is
it's only
positive.
You got the wrong Charlie.
Yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't care about that Charlie.
Yeah.
But I did it.
Tuna needs a
He
YouTube
had,
channel.
he had
I
an
had the
alien.
sniffles.
He had an alien in his stomach for 5 months, and we're worried about him. We're worried about Charlie. No article, nothing. The thing was
You know what?
huge.
Now that you say that,
That pisses me off.
Now that you say that, I got to read this article. So he did an article on tuna
Want me to read it?
grinding
Want me to
through
read it?
pneumonia.
Want me to read it?
I know Tuna's older, even though he won't ever admit how old he is. But I came
know.
on this radio show since
Please read it.
July
I am.
with huge 9 to 12-inch scars through my abdomen. Then a hernia grew the size of a softball.
Oh, softball.
And I still
basketball.
had passionate takes. I showed up every day on time, even though it was only 3 minutes before the show.
No, it's only 3. That's okay. That's okay.
Game time's on time.
It's all good. Jimmy's here. Man,
Unbelievable.
that's crazy.
That's what we were like.
Unbelievable.
And it was like, we love Tuna,
Love
and we're
Tuna.
glad he's healthy, but it was sort of like a War and Peace size article in there, and not a word about Charlie,
Not a
who
word.
was under the knife twice.
I know.
He had a
Long
goiter,
time St. Louis sports talk radio
had a
host Charlie
goiter removed too.
Tuna Edwards hopes to return to his KFNS 590 AM show on Monday after having been sidelined by pneumonia and the flu for more than a week. Only a week. Too,
was he in the
by way.
hospital?
It was not more than
Yes.
a week.
It was not more than, it wasn't even a week.
I think Monday was the first day.
Anytime I feel so bad I can't talk, you know I'm sick, said Edwards, who has made 2 trips to the hospital for outpatient treatment. I didn't realize how dangerous pneumonia is, which it is. Easter Sunday felt like I was dying. I still feel like crud, but I should be good enough to go on Monday. That's good. He is healthy enough, though, to have some self-deprecating humor. When I'm off, I usually never listen to my show, he said. But this week, since I had nothing else to do, I did. And it sounded better without me. Joe Davis, Matt Berger, and Cole Bartimas filled in for the program, which airs from 6 to 8 p.m. on Monday through Thursdays.
I received word that
Wait, you missed the tagline, which is even more insulting to Charlie. According to Dan Caesar, otherwise, everyone else at 590 is totally healthy.
Oh, my God.
I don't want to see that slop.
Unbelievable. And by the way,
So Caesar must have been
Went
listening.
out of his way.
So Caesar's listening to Tuna's show, and he noticed that Tuna wasn't there, and so he called Tuna and said, hey, what's going on, buddy?
Of course that's how it happened.
That's how it happened, right?
Of course that's how it happened.
apparently Berger's last name was spelled wrong too in the article.
Oh, no, because I love Maddie.
That's Dan Caesar.
Yeah, it's B-U-R. His is B-E-R.
That's why for years I've called him Don Caesar. Because sometimes there'll be little mistakes in there, like calling him Don instead of Dan.
Oh, Sanderson's got a text. There's text lines blowing up. I'm going to get to all you guys, but this one's kind of different. It had nothing to do, because we're going to talk Cardinals in the 8 o'clock hour. It doesn't matter. We're Cardinal today. We'll talk about whatever. Whatever. He goes, Sanderson goes, boys, if a married coworker sends me a selfie of herself in a dress before she goes out with her girlfriend, is she hitting on me?
Yes.
Yes, dude.
1,000,000%.
Yes, she is.
Show me the picture, by the way.
How does she have your number?
Yeah.
Don't even
Coworker.
do that.
Coworker. Jim, ain't good.
Hey, forward that to the text line. We'll
Yeah, we'll sort it out for you, Sanderson. But yeah, no, she's hitting on you, dude. You know? And you probably know her husband and stuff, so I don't know, man. Like, that's puts you in a weird spot. I'd stay out of that.
Stay away.
Just get away from that. Always stay away from that.
But send the picture to the
Send a
text line.
picture. I mean, you can still hang out with her.
No, don't send the picture in.
Well, why
Don't.
not?
Because the poor woman
Yeah,
that apparently
I don't want it.
wants attention doesn't need to be on the text
What if
line
she's
at a
like,
radio.
you're sending a picture of me in a text line on a radio show with Charlie, not Charlie.
Who's battling?
Charlie,
Who's battling
Charlie
through
Marlowe,
surgeries?
and like, you know, like, I don't know.
She doesn't listen.
How do you know?
Because here's another thing we need to talk about. Sometimes I think because we're all in this world, we're in this radio world, we think everybody's listening.
No, we don't.
There's like 5%.
don't.
And by the way, I think this is a good show.
No, we don't.
But sometimes we think that what happens on the
sound like
show, like
Tuna.
we're going to go to the grocery store, Schnooks. Hey, did you hear that segment? Who are you? Oh, what show?
No, sometimes it does
Who
happen.
thinks
actually.
that?
My point is to think this woman
Sometimes it
listens
does.
to our show, and in any way, shape, or form, it'll get back that a picture sent in on a AM radio show, and we talk about it for
That's
2
not the
minutes.
point, though.
It's kind of the point.
No,
it's
I don't
not.
think it's anyone.
No, it's not.
Oh, did you hear? It has nothing to do.
Nothing.
Has to do with. It's not fair.
It's not fair. The girl.
We'll break it all down.
This
We're
is not fair.
doctors.
Just,
We're not mentioning her name.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so now on this show that for years we'll tell the texters, "Hey, send that picture in," and we'll laugh about it. Okay, well, is this the new? Is this like the Cole thing? Is
it's
this
the Cole thing.
Is this the more structured?
It's the Cole thing. Yep.
Yeah.
It's the
No,
Cole thing.
no,
it's
this
the
is-
Cole
no.
thing.
My,
No,
my
this is-
20-year-old
this is the same-
24-year-old fun flair that I'm bringing to the show.
Yes.
This is a
The Cole thing.
Text
Very
Anderson.
structured for
I
a
give
sour
you,
today.
I give you permission. Text Anderson and tell him to send the pic, please.
Yeah. All right.
This is the same text line
right,
that for
Charlie.
years I'd have to look at Frank
he's not
Stallone's privates
Or Mark McGuire.
day after day
Oh,
after
my
day.
God.
Which is why I don't bring it up. I don't look at the text line.
They send in Dua Lipa pics. That's what they do.
Sanderson said he's not texting in it.
Look at Andy.
And Andy with
Look
makeup
at
on.
Andy.
It's funny.
Sanderson, that's weak.
Is that?
It's weak.
He's got
Somebody
lipstick
texted in
on.
and said, my coworker sent me a picture with lipstick. What should I do? And it's that picture of Andy
Andy.
Strickland.
Oh, that's a good one. Andy Felterbush. That was a good one. You're right again, Charlie. She's out. She's out it out there. It's game on. She out it out there. It's game on. Oh, she put the picture out there. I don't know.
But the question was,
Charlie.
is she
Sanderson
trying to come
directly.
after Sanderson? And that's 100,000,000%. You would never.
Whoa.
By the way, the husband and the woman, if she is listening, which she's not, like she knows what she's doing.
Charlie,
And you know what that
no
is?
doubt.
That's called text cheating. That's called
Yeah, man.
That's called electronically cheating. That's what you're doing to your husband. You're electronically cheating on him.
No, yeah.
No, I'm being serious.
No doubt.
You would be pissed if Kate sent a picture of my wife. If any of our wives sent a picture to another dude and said, "How do I look?"
Yes.
Are you kidding?
That's what I'm saying.
That's why it's awful.
It's
That's
terrible.
That's why he should immediately
Just get away from it.
Just get away from it.
Get away from it.
Send in the
also,
pic and
don't
delete
send-
it.
Until they get divorced.
And also,
Yes.
don't. I'm telling you, it's bad card. Don't even send the picture in. Don't.
No,
I don't
send
want
the
for
pic
that.
into the text line, then delete it.
I might look at it.
He said, "Text me directly," so I'm going to.
Yeah, there
That's
you
fine.
go.
There you go.
Back
we worked
channel.
it out.
Back channel.
We worked it out.
Oh, not on this show. No, we're not gonna. No, not on this show.
Not
we're
on
not
this-
gonna look at that
not-
picture.
Not here on Hot Take Central.
Just saying,
Nicole.
it's bad karma.
For her,
If he sends it to me,
I
I'll
didn't
bring
do
it
anything
to the
wrong.
I didn't do
studio.
anything.
Can I
The
pass
hell
it
is
around
she
the
doing?
studio?
and also Sanderson brought it up, which I'm glad he
Yeah.
did. But to act like we can't have a conversation
When I
about
read
it.
that, I'm like, damn.
Plus,
no,
here's the
she's
deal.
hitting on you,
How about
dude.
this? Let's be honest. First of all, I think it's bad that she did this no matter what. But the context of the picture is very important. If she's wearing a like
Doesn't
a
matter.
no,
Does not
If she's
matter.
wearing a dress like she's a Seventh-day Adventist, it's one thing.
No,
If she's
she's
wearing
look at it.
a sexy outfit.
Look at it.
That's just like a Head and Shoulders
It
shot.
doesn't matter.
That's still weird that she sent that.
What is she
though.
doing?
No, she wants him.
It's
She wants him.